But we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this podcast first. Maybe I'll get,
Yeah.
or maybe I'll fall
No,
asleep.
I just heard some good news. It's like, oh, cool.
Cool.
They reprinted Slayers. I don't know if they reprinted it as a manga. They printed it as a novel, but if it's a manga, I'll be so happy.
Hey, we are live on Twitch, so it's
Oh
actually
man, we're live. Jesus Christ. Oh God. God, what
Mhm.
to do? Everybody, I'm not naked or masturbating on camera, so this is great. We're not gonna get banned. Not like speaking dark
Oh
side.
my God.
wow. That's a great way to start.
10 seconds in and we're done.
Yep.
Goodbye,
All right, we did it,
everybody.
boys.
God
Fastest
damn
we
it.
did. All right, woo!
Well,
Record done.
all right, let's start this off properly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Spectator Mode episode 73. As you notice, we're actually doing it on Twitch this time because Keith is stupid and Carl was right the entire time. So I'm not too.
Oh, finally.
I am not too big to admit when I'm wrong.
Thank
That
you.
said,
I respect you deeply now for at least admitting that much. Thank you.
wow, just now, after how many freaking years? Just now.
Before then, I had an inkling of respect.
Well, that sucks. Anyway, we'll be recording our shows here on Twitch, and then we'll be posting them on YouTube for archive purposes. Anyway, yeah, so this is a new setup. We're still playing with it, but we've got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about, and we'll be doing it for a long time, even though we slack sometimes. We're not going away. That said, the gentleman in the middle is Carl. The guy to your right is Matt,
Yo.
and you know who I am.
Hey.
I'm the my friends call me at work the angry black guy, so yeah, I'm gonna have that
call you
forever.
the black guy.
Hey,
Is that really?
They call me the angry black guy.
And so they should, because you are angry.
I am. That's what they call me at work. They say the angry black. All right, so we got a couple
they
of
could be
topics.
calling you Toby, and that'd be the worst situation you'd be in.
Oof. We got a couple of topics to talk about tonight. We've, as you know, Epic Games.
Yeah,
versus,
exactly. Call you Toby. Yeah.
Epic Games versus the entire world, because as Epic Games, we've got Halo Infinite being delayed to 2021, Xbox Series X releasing November, Ono being, or actually leaving Capcom after 30 years, and
30 years. Yep.
yeah. And one other topic that we don't know, we'll think about it on the fly. So let's get started with the Spectator Mode Podcast. But as always, before we start, we're going to do things a little differently. You can find Spectator Mode Podcast look at our template below on Buzzsprout, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever podcasts are found, and also obviously on YouTube and here on Twitch. Hey, and if you want to sponsor,
for a second there, I thought you were going to say we were on BuzzFeed. I was about to go.
Well, technically we are on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
We do have feeds on BuzzFeed, but because the website syndicates over there. But if you're looking for a scrappy bunch of guys who don't like listening to the rules, hey, we're your guys.
The rules.
What are the rules? We don't do those. Anyway, first things first. Games we played this week. Matt, you go first. All you.
Cool. I've played a couple of games this week. I had Fantasy Star Online 2 plays excellently on Steam. I recommend everyone try it on Steam. Don't try the Microsoft Store. It was a waste of your time, computer space, and money.
Unless you've already played it and you got to transfer your stuff over.
Yeah. Don't worry. Once you do that, don't think about it anymore. It's just like an ex-girlfriend. It's X'd out for a reason. So I played that. I had a chance to play a lot of the Blightbound. There's a new update to it that includes 2 new characters. A mage that has almost no team synergy, but based around mana orbs, where you pick up a mana orb, you get healed, and a brand new tank. He has the ability to summon minions, and the minions do damage, and he has these shouts where buffs up his minions, similar to Crean.
Are they yellow?
So he can make his. So yeah, he's pretty much a little like a mini army commander type character.
Are they yellow minions like from Despicable Me?
Yeah, he's some little minions. So it's kind of cool. Phalanx is what they call them. So that I've been playing a bit of that. Really enjoying Blightbound. Just I talked to the developer on actually one of the community managers, Slow Wolf. He's been very kind, nice guy. He's mentioned like, hey guys, I know you guys talk about this a lot, like fixing the netcode and pitch. You're working on that. They mentioned that they had a problem with the Amsterdam server, I think sometime this week, so they're working on that. But they understand they're trying to work that code. It used to be the crashes and desyncing happened a lot. Now it's a lot less, but it still happens. They're trying to work for it's like 90% elimination. So I'm glad they're still working on that.
Did you talk to them about actually getting some actual dedicated servers? Because that would help the game out a lot. I know that's
Believe it
expensive.
or not, I watched him and talked to him on his stream and doing it, so I haven't had a chance to answer that question. But next time he live streams, I'll try to ask him that question particularly.
I think, just based off of everything, not just Blightbound, it's just games that started out as a period game did better when they eventually migrated over to. And again, I know that is super expensive, but for longevity of your game to appeal to everybody, especially all the regions, it's always better to go dedicated.
True.
So hopefully it's something to think about.
I've also had a chance to play some Fall Guys, and unlike like Carl Call, I was a salty psychopath. This time it wasn't. I was playing with my brother, and he was a salty psychopath. So it's good to know in the family, in the Matthew family, there's one salty psychopath at one time. But since you guys are family, I have to do it. That's my job. It's my burden. I'm sorry. And I think the last game I'm playing is some Fantasy Strike. I've been love. That's like my jam for fighting games. And I don't know why, and it's so simplistic. I love it.
I think it's because it is simplistic and it's not overcomplicated. That game needs a bigger following, but I don't think.
Oh, it definitely, yeah. It's amazing. Like there's tons of like people doing content. There's tournaments. You just enter the ranks. I love the rank system of the game where it's just not like you fight against random people. It's just like it's a tournament setting. You just log in someone else. You go get somebody, and then you win, and that's it. You get EXP or whatever. And I like that because during that time you do training mode, etc., etc. It's just like my favorite fighting game right now.
I don't think that game ever had a big following, even when it first came out.
No, 5 years ago, it did not. We were like, LOL, Dave Sterling made a game. That's pretty much the opinion of everybody when it came out.
That sucks. Anything else?
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. Phantasy Star Online 2, Blightbound. I have a game. If I want to, I'll probably talk about it later if I create content for it. I just recently got a chance to. I'll hint towards it. I recently had a chance to play The Ambassador of Fractured Timelines. It has a cool trailer, but I'll leave my thoughts about that game when I have a chance to put it out there on the internet so you guys can see what I think about it. But that's it.
Definitely when you get a chance to talk about it, because they were like, here, check it out. And that is our job. If you don't like something or we don't like something, hey, guess what? We're going to tell you we don't like it.
Pretty much. And that's pretty much been playing. Just that, Phantasy Star Online 2, Fantasy Strike, Fall Guys, and I think
of course you've been playing Fall Guys on the PlayStation 4, not the hacker-written PC.
No, not the PC. I found one or two hackers on the PS4 version, but it's hilarious. And the PS4 made a patch where I think it's the bridge jump game where you block over, they call it, where the object is to jump over the blocks or dodge the blocks. There was a glitch where if someone's on the corner, you could jump on someone's head and then hop over and stay on the rails. And once you stay on the rails, everyone will eventually die and you win. You can't do that anymore. They made sure you cannot jump on people's heads anymore, at least on the PlayStation version. I don't know about the PC.
I wouldn't touch the PC version with a 1,000-foot pole right now.
Unless you want to win.
I mean, even then, if you're fighting hackers,
you gotta have the hacks going to
exactly, yeah.
And can I just take a second? I won't harp on it for long, but I'm getting really tired, and I know this is happening for decades. But when people jump online with hacks because they're piss poor, as far as
every game.
Yeah, and their attitude is garbage. Either they're doing it for the lulz to ruin everybody's experience, or they just don't want to get good. This is terrible. They need to stop. It's not my cup of tea. I did play it a couple of times. It's not my cup of tea, but everybody that I've seen and talked to so far, including you guys, are fans of the game. And for somebody to just ruin it with a bunch of hacks, that's terrible. It's terrible. It's not cool.
And that's the unfortunate thing about the game industry at the moment, just to sort of continue on with your point there. It's every single game these days. Anything that is online that is competitive, you have hackers. Fortnite, PUBG, Fall Guys. I'm sure there's probably even some in Blightbound, like Remnant from the Ashes, everything.
Anything that's PvP based.
Anything that's got a competitive component to it, where you're playing against other people online, there are hackers in there ruining the game constantly.
This is why I do not play Destiny.
Why? Because this is why I don't play online games, period, unless it's on a console. It is harder to get hacks on a console than it is on PC.
I'm glad that you say hard, but not impossible.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Hell, take a look at Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3, man. because they completely abandoned that, and now it's got nothing but hackers. It's not impossible to get cheats and hacks onto a console. It can be done quite, if you know what you're doing. But the thing is, it's a lot harder to crack that architecture and to get those hacks onto the console in the first place, let alone have a UI or something to utilize them, than it is on a PC. Which is why I hate going online on a PC game these days, unless it's something that I play internally with, like, you and Matt.
Yeah.
Unless we're playing something together, I don't go in public lobbies. I will never touch a public lobby in any type of video game unless I'm playing on a console.
Yeah,
Because
it is bad.
every game is rife with hackers. I've got like Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5 and stuff like that on the PC. They run gloriously. They look absolutely phenomenal. But I won't touch them because there are people there who have, like systems that'll put lag through your system, or frame rate data people, or
they're pretty much
hitbox
DDoSing.
scanners.
They're pretty much DDoSing, yeah, and that's still a big
Yeah.
issue. I mean, I like I said, I don't want to keep us on the topic, but again, as I mentioned earlier, when they announced the Heroes of Solstice event for Destiny 2, and one of the requirements to get the best of the best armor was to do Trials of Osiris, which is a big PvP mode. But the game is so rife right now with hackers. I was like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I've ran into a couple hackers in Destiny 2, and I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna do a PvP mode against these fuckers to do this. Nope, not doing it. Sorry.
It's like I loved our days of playing PUBG together, like grouping up and playing PUBG. But now there's that many hackers on the game that it is virtually pointless to jump on and play.
But let's get back to it. So Matt went, and I think he might disappear for a second. So what about you? What have you been playing?
Not overly much. I'm still mainly just because I'm in the middle of doing a big research project for my school learning unit at the moment.
Yep, real life comes first.
So I don't really have as much time to play, but I have been playing the usual piece of crack that you keep.
Here we go. Here we go. Go ahead, say it.
Yeah, I'm still playing World of Warcraft.
I thought you gave this up, man.
Gotta stop
I tried, but it's like when I have downtime, it's like, what am I gonna do in my day? And it's like, it's easy. It's something mindless. I can just shut my brain off. Don't have to think about when I'm doing it. So I've fallen back into that.
And you gave up on trying to play Final Fantasy because the email issues you were having.
Oh my god!
Here we go.
I wanted to try and get into the Final Fantasy 14, the new free trial thing where you can level up to 60. I try using my main email of themacing@gmail.com. Okay, no, I have that's already registered. It was registered from beta I did way back in the day, and it won't let me unless I actually go out and buy a copy of the game or the starter pack or whatever. It won't let me do it. So it won't let you play a free trial, and you can't even add, like, with Blizzard's launcher with World of Warcraft. I have like 5 different accounts on there, and one of them is a trial edition. And you can have multiple trial editions on your account with the Blizzard launcher. Final Fantasy? No, you have one account. That's it.
Yeah,
unless you purchase.
Yeah, they specified that in the beginning for everybody. If you've ever used that email address and it was ever attached to a paid version or something in the past, they won't let you do it, which is stupid. It's
so I went to my secondary account, my personal email that I use for most of my sort of modern adult stuff, bills and whatnot. That had a account that I was given by Square Enix back in the day to play through the main game and the original expansion. they gave me like 60 days game time, and I sort of went after about a few days went, man, I can't be bothered. So there's a paid version on that, and it won't let me again. You can't add a second account to the username,
Yeah.
so I can't use that one.
All
So
right.
by that point, I went, you know what, screw it, I give up. I even went to try and download the launcher just to see if there was another way I could register for the free trial in another way. No, it won't even let me install the game unless I
Yep.
have
the accounts. Yep.
unless I have the accounts. And if it's a registered account, it says no, we will not let you install this until you have put game time on your game. And even then, trying to find the setup for the launcher, I literally had to Google Final Fantasy XIV online launcher in order to find the download. I couldn't get it through the website in any way, shape, or form in an easy manner. Like everything to do with Final Fantasy XIV, it seems like just such a slog, such a like you're going through millions of different screens. I had to log in to 3 different websites just to try and find my account information. It's ridiculous. Like, it is the most convoluted system I have seen for a friggin' video game ever. You know, you may have the same username and password on all 3 websites, but you shouldn't have to log into 3 websites to find your account information.
True.
And even then, they don't make it easy to find what edition of the game you have. Like my account that I have that has a beta version on it shouldn't be disqualified from getting either a free trial or a paid or buying a game because I had the friggin' beta. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the thing, and this is my opinion because I did play Final Fantasy, the one with the trial on the PS4. I didn't realize I had a Square Enix account back in the day, so I had to use a second email, and that's how I got by. But the trick is do not don't you gotta have at least 5 dead email accounts all the time. That's the way to describe it. It
I
was
mean, it's not hard to get email accounts. I don't think Carl's complaining about that. He's just upset that he
like
can't use the original ones.
I could have just signed up a new Gmail account specifically to jump in on the trial.
Oh,
I want to use something that I've already got without having to go through all the bullshit of getting another email account and then having to register that just for the game. And you know what happens when they increase it for the next trial because the stuff that I had was the one that the previous one that was free to level 35. Now they've gone it up to 60. So they're treating it like a whole new account on the system. So what happens if they go, we're going to increase it to one more expansion or something down the track?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, free users. Okay, well, you had the one that goes to level 60. Well, you can't use that. You have to actually sign up another account, another email, another this, that, and the other, because they don't seem to allow you to just go, oh, there's a free trial. Okay, maybe I'll use a free trial account.
What
and
they
then I
should
can upgrade
do,
that at a later point, which Blizzard does.
Yeah, you should be able to take your existing trial account and upgrade it. Hey,
you should
had it and it should apply.
You should have the access to the free trial account regardless of what username you're using.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
That's how it should work. But, it's Square Enix, it's Japan division running the game. So, who gives a shit? The Japanese seem to love it, so, fuck the rest of the world.
Well, other than your hate for that process, what else have you been up to?
Yeah, I was
gonna say, like to get off that whole dilemma. There was the World of Warcraft. I actually purchased some more games for the Switch a few weeks ago.
You are stuck on this Switch thing, man.
I know, for somebody who originally was so anti-fucking Switch when it came out, I will humbly eat crow.
Yeah, he hated the Switch. He was like, nah, screw the Switch.
And say it's grown on me as a console. But I picked up 4 games, or sort of 3 sitting here on the counter. Luigi's Mansion 3, Paper Mario, the Origami King, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I haven't touched those yet because I know that they're longer games that take me more time to get through. But I also grabbed the 51 Worldwide Games pack or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's 51 different sort of mini games of like bowling, poker, blackjack. It's like there's dice games, there's board games, there's all sorts of stuff. It's very weird. But I pulled that up for the first time, and I'm like, yeah, something different to do just to try and relax my mind. And I actually started enjoying it. It was like for something that is so simple, it's just using old school games like your foosball and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's actually well worth the pickup. Eventually, I will get around to these other three, and God help me when Breath of the Wild starts,
Oh baby,
because
you're in for
it's
it.
gonna be a
Uh,
long.
Yep,
And
that's a long game.
I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Legend of Zelda series. Never have been, but I have tried many times to play them. I don't know what it is about the early game that sort of kills me in like wanting to play further. But this, I've seen some of the stuff people do online with like launching trees and all that type of stuff. I'm like, okay, this gives me incentive to really grind that out to give it a go and do all this fancy fun
I,
stuff.
I would have
man, Breath of
finished.
the Wild.
I would have finished that game, but like I said a while ago, I was doing good. I think I was probably halfway into the game, and then my son started playing my game, and used up all my stuff that I was saving. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not. No, because Nintendo's stupid profile system. No, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. Like, if there's one thing that I will still badger on about the Switch, it's their save profile system thing. It's yeah,
Sucks.
it's
It
still
sucks.
extremely limiting. It's bad.
It's terrible. I've said
Yeah.
terrible 4 times this podcast, by the way. We keep in count.
But
Yeah, I
but,
mean, yeah.
the only other thing I've been playing in when I have a few minutes spare here and there is of course Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Gotta keep grinding for that crown, man.
I want that. I got a crown once.
Yeah, and then you spend the rest of your time.
It's gonna take a while.
fucking
Yeah, I got a crown once today, so I'm like, I that's enough. That's enough for me. Like I got one.
Nope.
Yeah, but
I
Breath of the Wild.
I watched a guy on Twitch last night, just while I was sort of wrapping some stuff up, and he was playing Fall Guys, and the dude was up to 100 wins in Fall
Jeez.
Guys. He's maxed himself out at level 40. He's got 100 and something thousand in the coins. So it's like if he wants to buy costumes or anything like that, he just
Yeah.
goes and does it.
How is this
He-
person
he-
so damn good?
It's he will. I mean,
he wasn't playing on PC, so he wasn't a hacker, Matt. Before you start on that one,
yeah, I'm gonna say like
it's literally he grinded his way through the game, and he learnt all the little tricks and shortcuts and everything else that you can do properly in the game. Like people have worked out that there are certain ways you can sort of, if you can jump at certain points and grab on the certain ledges and skip corners by jumping over fences and stuff like that.
there's the Willy Gurch trick where you get smacked to the finish line.
Yeah, exactly it. Or you got something. Well, that's more of a lucky occurrence, but
Yeah,
people actually have worked out ways to shave seconds off their runtime, and it's just like a speedrunner.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that.
And the in-game, I wouldn't so much call them exploits, but like just little shortcuts here and there, just to cut that few seconds off to help them get that win.
So exploits?
And I don't call it exploits, because exploits means that you're finding something that wasn't meant to be there, and you're literally exploiting a bug or a flaw in a system. This is like saying, instead of going around the fence, I'm going to go over the fence. The fence is still there. The fence is still doing its job. It's just that you found a way to
it's
get
fair.
over that fence while everybody's going around the corner to go around the fence.
No, you can still say exploit. Exploit is not a bad word when you use it. Exploit, it could be to take advantage of something, and they're taking advantage of knowing the course.
Yeah, taking advantage of the mechanic, but
it's not a bad word.
It all comes down to how you think about an exploit. Like for
exactly,
me, an exploit,
that's the problem. You're right.
And it could, it is my way of thinking.
Because you can also say an exploit is, that he did a great job. He did an amazing exploit.
Yeah. But it's like, for me, an exploit is like watching a Mario 64 no-star speed run where they jump up against a certain corner or something, and it shoots them off into another area and all those type of things. That's what I call exploit. You're exploiting bugs and stuff in the code.
No, that's fair.
Whereas
that's
fair. What these guys are doing is they are finding a way around certain barriers and everything else with that, and still using everything that's in the game proper. They're not like, oh, if I stand in this corner and I bounce up and down 3 times, it's going to shoot me off to the goal. It's okay, there's a fence there. Instead of going around the fence, I'm going to go over the fence.
Yeah, basically, to me, it's like it's like exploiting a game because you're using the mechanics in a way that isn't meant to be, but it's still viable because that's the way it is. My opinion, I watch a lot of guys who Fall Guys. Like, there are 2 ways of winning the game. They're either like you crush all the games that require RNG and you get roll lucky. All your games have the skill ones at the end. Or B, you just exploit certain amount of races to a point you just do nothing. Like, I've seen people exploit the windmill race. I personally know how to exploit the slime race, of how to actually kill my teammates to make sure they just die in a slime and I'll just run to the finish line, things like that.
That is just so weird when you say kill my teammates.
Yeah, because I'm making sure they don't win. I mean, there's a team slime race you can do, and obviously there are ways you want your red team to win, but there's like, if you have less red teammates winning, your chance of winning is higher. And again, I'm an American, so I want to win for me. There's a me in team, and that's me.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
there's an I in team and it's hidden in the A.
Yeah, it's in the A.
Are you finished up there, Carl? If so, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm good. What do you got?
So I've actually, as I've been mentioning, did I say on the stream? I got a bunch of games that I have to review, so I've been playing those. Still high off of that 60-some hour Death Stranding playthrough, but I can say the name of the games I've been playing, which is Mortal Shell, which a lot of you Dark Souls fans are looking forward to. It will be out August 18th. Reviews go up August 17th week. Run It From the Ashes DLC, the expansion, and that's coming out the 20th. So it's gonna be a busy week for action RPG fans. Get ready; it's gonna have a lot of fun. Been playing the Marvel Avengers beta on PC, and I've been actually benchmarking it, doing tests and whatnot, versus actually playing the game.
I don't know what happened with that. Like, I've got Steam open at the moment. For some reason, for the last, for the last 200 megabytes of it, for some reason, just didn't want to download the other day when I started downloading it. It's only just finished now. Hope I'm still able to get in on that.
Yeah,
PC beta.
It doesn't end until tomorrow.
Cool.
So you can definitely still do it. Been playing a lot of that, or benchmarking it. Going through the various resolutions, obviously 1440p and 4K, and for the most part, it's solid, but it has some issues here and there. It freezes when it goes into the cinematic or the in-game scenes or the in-game cutscenes. But I'm still not really sure about the gameplay. It's simplistic. You punch or you kick or you shoot your way through the game. Obviously, it gets more complex if you start doing combos with other people in the game. But right now, again, like Matt mentioned last week, it feels like an Ultimate Alliance game. I still think it could do with some more time for development time, but I know they're trying to push this game out and get it out because it comes out September 4th or 9th, I believe. So I'm not really sure, but a lot of people were enjoying it. I think the PC version could do a little bit more development time, but Nixis is working on it. Same people who did the Tomb Raider series for the PC, so I'm sure they'll handle it. They're a really bang up development team. Other than that, no, that's it. My time has been between Mortal Shell. Yes, Mortal Shell. A lot of Mortal Shell. A lot. So I can't wait to talk about it on the 18th. We'll be able to stream it on the 18th, and I'll be streaming it here on the 18th. Actually, I can stream it on the 17th, but I can only go to a certain point. So I don't like that. So I'm just going to wait till the 18th and stream the entire game through. That's it. That's all I've been playing. So yeah, let's jump into those topics. We've been talking about this stuff for a half an hour. Holy shit. Yeah, it's what happens. We got to make these short. Anyway, so this topic is really quick. Obviously, Xbox Series X, we got a release window of November 2020 and nothing else. No price, no expansion HDMI cord. Sorry, guys.
HDMI cable, that's important.
Nothing. We got nothing other than, hey, it's coming out. So no date. That's stupid. I don't know why we got an announcement that it's coming out in November. Great, that's fantastic.
Yeah, after like other things have spoiled the fact that it's coming out in November, like Yakuza 6, Yakuza 7 or whatever we're up to.
Yeah.
So what had happened, well, I don't think it was a game, it was a controller. So an Xbox Series X controller was released to the wild. I don't think it was. I can't, you know what? What I think is the person bought it, but did they really buy it, or did somebody send it to them, or did they just put one of these in the store and have somebody buy it? I don't know. But the person bought the controller.
Possible. I'd say, considering it's August and they're looking for a November release, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a dummy box for a retail outlet.
Because you can't find it anywhere else. He only got one. Like, you only bought one, you didn't buy any more. It's the only place that had it. So he got the controller, and he showed the picture of the controller, which looks a little more refined than the current Xbox One controller. But inside of it was a manual. And the second thing is, how many people actually look at the manuals inside of a controller box? Do you look at them?
And when did they? When was the last time you saw a manual with the controller?
No, they all come in them. They're at the bottom with the batteries, but I never paid attention to them.
Wow.
Like, I'm pretty sure if I get up and open one of those boxes, it'll probably be in there. But on the box, on the manual, it said Xbox Series X and Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, which is the fabled mid-range next generation Xbox console for Microsoft, which they're not talking about whatsoever. So
because they always push the big box first.
Right.
They did the same thing with the Xbox One. When they brought out the variants, they brought out the X and the S. The X was the bigger, more expensive version that they wanted you to buy, and the S was the more compact, cheaper.
Wait, did the S come out first though? Because the S came out first though. Yeah, the S came out first.
Around about the same time as the X.
No, the S came out first because it was the original Xbox One and the big black box, and then the S came out, and then the X came out because the X is even smaller than the S.
Okay.
So there's that. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. Hey, it's coming out in November. Well, great, that's nice. How about a damn price?
Cool. How about a price? How about some exclusive games? How about a reason to buy the console?
How about that exclusive game? Nice segue. So, exclusive games, let's talk about Halo Infinite. We all saw it. We all know it didn't look the best. It did not do well in the public. It was ridiculed. We got a nice meme out of it with Craig. And at first, Microsoft was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It'll get better while we develop it. It'll be good. It'll be great. You'll love it. It'll be fantastic. And then last week they go, or this week they go, yeah, it's not ready yet. See you in 2021.
Yeah, they learned their lesson, and their lesson is they have no idea what's going on.
So
and at the same time, it's pretty much gone. And there goes the reason to buy an Xbox One.
it's just embarrassing that it's people are trying to say, oh, it's the gamer's fault for being upset because they choose a graphics of a gameplay. I thought it was gameplay of a graphics. Let me be honest with you. This is a AAA title. It is Halo. It means something, okay? This title has a legacy behind it, regardless if it's good or bad. It has people love it, okay? People still getting on Halo even after Bungie left. So therefore, the property means something. Therefore, it should always go on its best foot by looking the best or its equivalent to what market should be and playing the best. It sounded cool. and the gameplay looks slick, but it didn't look as graphically impressive as other games. Meaning that, what are you doing? You're Halo. You are one of the grandfathers of Shooter McGee games. Okay, don't give me that crap. All right, that's me, Ralph Ramsey. You guys can go about this.
Okay, so let's talk about it from the beginning. After what Matt said, because Matt makes some valid points there. And I'm surprised he said that.
Right, though?
No, you're right. I'm surprised you said that, because I thought you hated first-person shooters.
No, I don't. The shooters I like, I don't like, but I respect it as a genre because people do like Shooty McBang Bang and pretend that they're 4-year-old kids talking about penises on the internet.
Well, I like Shooty Bang Bang. I don't like talking about. I'd rather talk about other things. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where do we stand with this? Well, there's a lot of talk on the internet about the big deal about this being delayed, and I want to keep it a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Mature with that. I'll be honest. The Xbox Series X already had an issue with people buying it. People were going to buy the hardware because of the new Xbox. I'm on the fence. I always have been on the fence. I kind of want to get an A for the outlet to say, hey, we have it. We can test it out. But at the same time, I have a PC. Why do I want it? Okay. 2, I don't care what anybody on the internet's saying. I don't care what any Microsoft influencer is saying. I don't care anybody that's close to Microsoft is saying. The Xbox Series X needs exclusives to sell. End of discussion. They need them.
Yeah.
And the problem right now is Halo Infinite was going to be the big exclusive for the Xbox Series X. Now Microsoft is scrambling to get other games under the Game Pass, but they don't have the big first party game. And it's not going to tank the Xbox Series X, but it is going to hurt the sales initially. I don't care what anybody says. If they say otherwise, that's BS. People were counting on this game to be out when it came. So now what are you going to say? It's going to release with a bunch of Game Pass games and a bunch of third-party games. Maybe that's enough for some people. It depends on the situation. It really does. But for me, that doesn't fly. It does not work for me. I have Xbox Game Pass. I have an Xbox One X. I have a PC. I need a reason to actually buy this console. Carl's just sitting here.
Exactly.
No, look, it's good to see you finally
see light.
Sort of seeing a bit of the light. And
no, I've always said that.
You don't need him.
I've always said that, but I was trying to be more analytical about that. There's just so many variables. But Halo Infinite was coming out then, so you could say, and it's not, and it's terrible.
Keith, I love you as a brother, man. We're good and everything, but sometimes, as I learned the last couple of weeks, and I learned 2 weeks being with you guys, sometimes there's no analysis with stupidity. They launched a game. They sold us this game. The internet was upset about it because it's Halo, and I understand why they're upset about it. And they decided to backpedal it instead of working on the game or trying to make it good. So I'm like, Microsoft, you have surprised me, but maybe accept you'll always be disappointing. Always disappointing me.
Microsoft just played themselves. Microsoft just played themselves.
Yeah, congratulations. You played yourself.
They did play themselves. I will say this. I applaud them for finally realizing that, hey, if we sell this in this format, the way it looks right now, we're gonna have a problem. Now again, remember when they showed it off, it was go ahead.
Good.
They showed it. It was on a PC. That's one. Secondly, there was talk after it got delayed that they were talking about making this game released in segments and episodes. And no, don't do that. You don't do that to a first-person shooter. You don't do that. No, you give us all or nothing.
You shouldn't be doing that to any game. Square Enix.
We're not doing that.
Those guys.
But I don't care if a game has to come on fucking 8,000 fucking discs. Give me a full game. But like, yeah, okay. Give them props. The fact that they realized that what they were putting out at that point in time looked like hot garbage. It literally looked Xbox era game. You know, like Halo 1 and 2 were looking better by comparison.
I won't say that. It looked good. It looked decent, and the frame rate was smooth, but it was missing. It was missing a lot.
Shield down, Mr. Defender. Okay.
It was missing a lot. I literally did say.
Power down.
I literally did say it was missing a lot of things. So give me that. It
Shield
didn't
down,
look.
Mr.
It did.
Defender.
It did not look like an Xbox 360 game. Come on, it looked better than that.
It looked okay. You know, it looked like.
Okay, Matt, shush.
Okay, all right. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have this.
Okay. Look, all the props that they decided to go back and say, okay, yeah, we still need a lot of development on this. Great. But they looked at it and then went, okay, so we're going to push it back to 2021. How are we going to fix this? Game Pass. No. Game Pass
Exactly.
is not the Game
It's
Pass
not the
is
answer.
not the answer.
It is not.
And as we saw from the way that they were pushing things the other day, the last time they did their Microsoft presentation, they're pushing Game Pass hard because they've got nothing.
And that's
outside
the
of
problem.
Halo. Outside of Halo, they have got nothing. People will scream up and down, oh yeah, what about Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Well, I can get that on the PS5, and I know it's going to work on the PS5. On the Xbox, well, they're putting it on Game Pass with the Xbox One version that you can get. Okay, so what's the point of actually trying to buy the game on Xbox?
Exactly.
So you can get it on Game Pass.
I don't think they should be trying to change the narrative of missing what could be seen as their biggest first-person game with the inclusion of a third-party game. No, because I get that everywhere.
They realize now that they done goofed, and they've got nothing left to sort of push their big console. So now they're going to push the service, try and make that sound bigger than what it is. And anybody who's already got an Xbox One,
Series X launches in
you're going to have absolutely no point for an upgrade because, like they said, we're doing a slow transition from the Xbox One to the Series X.
I also got to say, I was checking out a website just now.
Because of that slow transition, a lot of the games that you're going to get initially on Xbox Series X are also going to be on Xbox One and are also going to be on Game Pass.
Right.
So what's the point of the Series X?
So I want to point out real quick, not with what you're saying, I just want to point this out real quick. So I was checking out to see what other games will be launched with Xbox Series X, and I went to GameSpot, and right as soon as I load the page, an obnoxious video started playing. We don't like this shit, GameSpot. People don't like videos loading up when they go to the damn website. It's obnoxious, and it's a fast way to get people off your website, like I was. Don't do that. That is garbage. Anyway, you were correct. There is no reason outside of wanting to own the hardware. Well, I'll take it back. Maybe you don't own an Xbox. Maybe this is your first jump into the Xbox platform. Then
buy a secondhand Xbox One on the cheap.
I would not buy an Xbox One. I would buy an Xbox One X. I would not buy a One. I would not buy the lower platform.
A One X or an Xbox One or a Series X or whatever. Buy whatever's at your secondhand store.
I wouldn't even
buy that on the cheap.
I would get an X. I wouldn't buy an Xbox One. I would get an Xbox One X. But at the same time, Microsoft has made it to the point where they discontinued.
Why get the Series? Why pay a high price for?
No.
This is going to be
the Xbox One X.
Xbox.
The One X.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. It doesn't matter which version it is. Like I know you're preferencing the X over the S and the original, but I'm saying you go down to your local pawn shop or whatever, and see what they got on shelf. If they've got one or the other, grab one of the Xbox One series of consoles. You don't need to get the Xbox Series X.
Yeah,
as your first foray into Xbox games.
Yeah, and even though
it's going to be at least another year or two before they might even start pushing stuff out that's going to require that console.
You know what? That's an interesting thing to talk about because that's what they said. I'm willing to bet money they're going to back on that. They're going to backtrack on that real fast. They're going to have to. They're going to have to.
They're going to have to, or else they're not going to be selling any consoles at launch.
The way it stands right now, like you literally just said it. You're 100% right. I can buy alternate. I can buy a cheaper variant instead of buying it Series X because you shot yourself in the foot by saying for the first 1 to 2 years there is nothing that's going to take advantage of the Xbox Series. Okay, you might have HDR and higher res graphics, but okay, great, that's fine.
There's nothing that's going to be purely requiring the
Right.
graphical power output of the Series X.
Right.
Right.
Like the games that'll be coming out for the Xbox in the next couple of years will have upgrades in graphics qualities, load times, etc. on the Series X. However, they're not being designed specifically to run on the Series X. They're being designed to run on the Xbox One with an upgrade available for the Series X.
So
just to clarify what
right.
else.
So again, while I applaud Microsoft for their Play Anywhere or just jump in on what platform, I think that's a great initiative, and it shows it's working. But when you're trying to sell a new console, you have to do something specific for that console.
Yeah.
I think,
and that's where Sony has marketed themselves really well. It's like, okay, yeah, we're getting another Spider-Man game, but it's requiring the PS5 and its architecture and its graphical power and its load time
Exactly.
in order to play the game. And it just so happens that they're now looking at maybe throwing in the original Marvel Spider-Man along with this Miles Morales as sort of a pot sweetener, which will run even better graphic and look better on the PlayStation 5 than it did on the PS4. Same with things like if you want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you're going to have to play it on the PS5. If you want to play Resident Evil 8, you got to play it on the PS5.
I didn't get a chance to look at your face when you said that game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I bet the worst part is that he.
But the thing is, Sony are coming out and saying, here are games that are only going to be and will only run on the PS5. Yes, we are going to have games that are still going to be coming out on the PS4, but if you want to take full advantage of the game, or you want to play this next series or something like that, we have a whole heap of stuff that's just coming out on the PS5.
So
there is more incentive to get a PS5 at launch than there is at getting the Series X at launch.
So let's go back to exclusives real quick. You've already mentioned what PlayStation has for its exclusive lineup. I went back and looked at the games that were exclusive to the Xbox One when it launched, and it had quite a few of them actually. It had Dead Rising 3, which series is dead because Capcom screwed that up. Rest in peace, Dead Rising. You had that.
Three and 4 were actually good games.
You had Forza Motorsport 5. You had Killer Instinct. You had Loco Cycle, which wasn't really good, but it wasn't exclusive. You had Rise, which was exclusive.
Overdrive.
No, Sunset came out afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the only game I think I played.
Yep.
Yeah, Overdrive was super good.
But they had at least 6 or 7 exclusive titles. What does the Xbox Series X got?
Exclusive wise? Nothing.
You got embarrassment. That's what I got going for them.
Yeah.
I mean, also,
sorry, Matt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, on your point, we talked about how to have exclusives. Is that this is an embarrassment on Microsoft, and I really do mean this. Is that they've made all the games have been announced for whatever, and they announced some, like, was it? I don't know how many games announced. That's for the Xbox Taco Bell combo, whatever that console's called. It's not going to be in my mind anyway. The Xbox, whatever. How could you make a console? You have games for it that aren't utilizing the power of it. Sony came out of a conference and showed you a bunch of games that blow your mind graphically that showed the PS5 out. Ratchet and Clank. That's all I gotta say. How is that possible? So what is this? What was Halo back of your mind? Did all these games that you were making for your Xbox combo, Xbox 295 freaking McChicken sandwich, is it really possible that you didn't think of trying to integrate it into your console or design them purposely for it so you could show off how good this value menu is, which isn't because you have to pay a delivery fee for it? Where I don't get it.
That's what Infinite was supposed to be. Infinite was supposed to be that push on the graphical power,
right?
And they were banking on Halo of being that particular exclusive. But now that it's gone, they're now scrambling for a backup plan. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't even have like a Gears of War or a Call of Duty or something.
Okay, no, believe it or not, Gears
or even like they could have thought about this ahead of time and put out the new Forza as a launch title. But no, they did that as a retaliation to what fucking Sony did.
Well, I don't
You know
think
that's
I don't think it was a retaliation. It is within the dev cycle for that game every two.
Oh yeah.
But they shouldn't
you
have
gotta hear
waited.
this out, right?
They shouldn't have
Call
waited.
is right though. You counter programs yourself into stupidity. And that's amazing. That means you only put everything in one basket. And I was gonna say about Gears. Did you know after the fallout of Gears 3, Gears sales are kind of plummeted and tanked, and Gears 4 and 5, which I played at a friend's house, are 99.9% similar to Gears 3. So you really haven't missed much. So they can't do
It
Gears.
is the
Gears
first
dead.
person shooter. That's what they are. Gears 5 actually sold pretty well. It wasn't. It's not there. It sold well.
Even so, like,
Oh boy.
Oh, Keith,
hey,
I never knew you were a
Tuddle,
comedian.
shut up.
Please stop. I'm gonna make me cry in the stream. I'm not trying.
But like to give you an idea, though, like the company really needed a secondary, like a backup plan, a plan B, or other things to put the eggs in the basket, because, like, as we saw, like, there's plenty of stuff. Like the Xbox
Yeah.
Series X, once it gets going in about 2 years' time, it's actually going to be a decent console. But by then, I think it's going to be a bit too late in the market. That
I
they're
don't-
gonna,
Yeah, it's gonna get dusted.
they're giving
I don't
up
think
a
that's gonna happen.
huge share of the market.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Microsoft's going to realize that they fucked up, and they're going to fast track everything, like we said earlier. This 1-2 year stuff. That's not gonna happen.
Which means if they're going to fast track stuff, that means we're going to get a bunch of buggy, glitchy, crappy.
Well, when I say
then-
fast, when I say
undercooked
fast
games,
track,
and it's going to shoot them in the foot. Even
no,
worse.
when I say fast track, I mean this policy is gone, guys. If you are making something for the Xbox One, stop it. Make it all for the X now.
Oh no, they're still gonna push, because they're gonna push the Game Pass. Again, they're doubling down on the service.
They are
Yeah.
doubling down on the service, and they said that again a couple of days ago.
Because they have no backup plan.
Yeah, it's kind
The
of
service is the backup plan, and unfortunately, that service is for as good as it is. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the amount of times I've spoken against it, I still have my Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
Yeah, because it's
You
a
know,
great service.
I've had that since day one, when Keith and I got it for $1 and laughed our asses off because we gamed the system.
But I think the issue that we all have is you cannot launch a console and not have
With
a
no
reason to
exclusives.
justify. You cannot, and not even exclusive. A justification. There is no justification. There will be no justification.
It's like trying to launch a Nintendo console without a Mario game.
I mean, they've done it before, but no. The thing about it's just embarrassing. It's just truly an embarrassment. It's gaming 101. Every console did this. Why? It's just an embarrassment. I can't like fathom how the stupidity of it. Like, let me get this straight. You go and launch a console, and there's nothing particularly on it, and there are things that are on it. I can get it elsewhere for a fraction of the cost. A fraction. Dude, anyone that's coming out do math.
That math.
Is
you're
everyone
doing,
at Microsoft a goddamn idiot?
Matt, what you're saying is complete utter garbage. You're not used to like a console family. Right there. Stop, please. Please stop.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! Console fanboy is these other sites, and I hate ragging on other sites, so I'm not going to name them.
Oh no! Please don't do this. Go ahead.
But there have been articles upon articles.
I know.
coming out
That's why I was just.
recently, and like I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the stupidity that's come out alongside this, because all of a sudden, with Halo Infinite being delayed to 2021, all of a sudden, major sites are coming out with the same article. Console exclusives no longer matter.
Carl.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
need
5-star
you
thinking.
need your clicks, man. We need our clicks.
I know, but the worst thing is, it's not even like, okay, it would be amusing if it was one or two sites who did this. No, it's
But-
popping up all over the place, and it's not even creative. They're almost doing the same goddamn script on every single site with the exact same talking points, trying to score clicks and trying to friggin' create drama that, like, oh my god, exclusives no longer
God.
matter.
But that-
Exclusives
it's
don't
like-
matter.
But that's
I
the
will live
problem.
in that world. Exclusives don't matter.
That's
And
the
I-
problem, though. They want their clicks. And I hate that. I hate that about gaming journalism. I hate it.
That's why I love working with this side. Is we don't do that crap.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
You know, it's like we'll talk about this type of thing on the podcast, but it's like we don't need to put out an article like alongside 17 of our game journo mates saying the exact same goddamn thing on the same day.
Yeah.
Like they say that there isn't like a friggin' club that most game journos belong to. Bullshit.
Yeah,
Just like, but it's always funny that when Microsoft makes one of these dumb decisions, the websites come out in droves with the shield up, trying to defend that dumb
Yeah,
decision.
Shields. Like,
It's like,
I
oh,
just,
there's now no reason really to buy the Xbox Series X at launch, but exclusives no longer matter. Quick, shield. You know,
that's
oh,
very contradicting.
I mean,
I
the
PlayStation
Network goes down. Let's publish 1,000 articles.
I
and
don't
relate
I
back
don't
to that
I don't
hack
want to
many
I don't
years
want to
ago.
stay
But
on
the
this much
Xbox,
longer.
the
'Cause
Xbox
we got a
dies,
couple other
the
things to talk
Xbox
about.
One dies. The Xbox One dies, and they're all like, "No, it's okay. Shield."
it's
All
like,
right.
it's just too fun. It's like I can't. No one in Microsoft can do math. That's what I describe it. Like it's basic 101 gaming. I
Come
mean,
on, guys.
you launch something,
We're an
you
hour.
put something to it.
We're an hour in. We're not even done yet. We've still got 2 more to get through. So let's
Oh
go.
yeah, we gotta talk about the greatest
Oh,
game of
wow.
all time, Fall Guys. Let's talk about that. Talk
No,
about
we
how
did
I'm-
that. We did that last week.
Oh, we did. No. We still haven't convinced Keith to play Fall Guys yet with us.
I
He's
have
done
it.
on his
I
own.
played it, and I will
You
play
didn't
it no
play it with
longer.
us. You ditched us.
I'm not playing that game anymore.
You ditched us to go with your families. Nice going, Guile.
You need to play it with the boys.
No, that
The
was
boys,
Ken.
yeah, the
Ken
squad,
went
the
to,
goon, the gang.
Ken went to go be with his family.
Yeah,
Giles
Giles,
went-
yeah, well,
Giles the one that said
Yeah.
go do it, and he went and did it.
he was there. He
They're
was there in
related.
spirit.
They're related.
He
So,
was
yeah.
there in spirit. That's all that matters. In
It's
spirit.
his sister.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Depends on which canon you want to go with.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
so
there.
we're gonna get
You,
off.
you gotta remember in Street Fighter canon at one point that you had you had Jean-Claude Van Damme playing an American Guile, so
That's not.
That is not that is biblical fact now. Jean-Claude Van Damme is Guile. We all have to accept that. Just accept it. He was the best Guile and the last Guile to play Guile.
All right, let's go. We got stuff to do here. So, oh, what happened there?
Yeah, see?
Waiting.
Twitch. God damn it. Discord dropped
Twitch
their thing.
betrayal.
Oh well, we're still there.
Switch
All right,
turns
we
heel.
kicked off Twitch.
We'll fix it in a little bit. Whatever. So, while I'm fixing this, go ahead and talk about Epic Games. So, have you guys been following this?
Oh, I followed it. I found this situation, and I do mean it seriously, hilarious and disturbing at the same time.
Okay, explain.
It is hilarious in the fact that Epic has done all this to get a few measly dollars into their own economy than paying the service fee agreed to upon by them and Apple, because Google dropped them of their own free will. And I find it hilarious, but I find it disturbing that they have drummed up an internet army of underage, no-brain children to fight for them in a corporate savage war because they didn't want to pay Apple. And I do hate Apple. I think Apple should burn off and never come back. I hate them as a company. But Jesus Christ, guys, what the hell is going on here? What the hell?
Right. So
that's my opinion of it. Yeah.
So that's my beef right there. So for those who don't know what's going on, I don't know how you don't know what's going on, but Epic Games decided to be Epic Games and decided to go ahead and put in a way to purchase V-Bucks directly through them via Fortnite on both Apple iOS and Google Android. And first Apple fired off and was like, no, we're not doing this. So
exactly.
They kicked them off. And then Epic Games got all pissy and they drew up this lawsuit, which I'm pretty sure they had ready to go because they knew this was going to happen. And they had a video, which I'm pretty sure they know what's going to happen, ready to go as well. Basically, as you mentioned, mobilizing a very large, impressionable army of children,
use,
which is bullshit. What they did right there is so wrong on so many levels, but they don't care. And then Google was like, "Oh hell no, you ain't doing this to us either." So they dropped them. So right then and there, they had one ready for Google, and at the same time, it's like you do realize that you violated a contract. How are you crying when you're the ones who violated the contract? Oh, I don't want to pay 30%. Okay, that's great. But then maybe you should have negotiated a different term to Google and or to Google and iOS or Apple. But you know it wasn't going to happen because Epic Games is like, we want special treatment because we're Epic Games. And it doesn't fly that way. It doesn't work that way. So where we're at right now is you can't get Fortnite on either Android or you can't get it on iOS.
Yeah. And like I said, I find this really hilarious, but messed up is that they're using it for a crappy corporate war, a mistake they made. And again, I hate Apple. I want Apple to burn, but this is ridiculous. And what's great about this is that they made an entire content. That means that Epic can shovel content as quickly as they can to make this go. They shoveled this Apple in 1984 content so you could buy for free, and all right now you could buy V-Bucks and all their cosmetics for cheap, which is probably used to fund their actual law case against Apple and whatever.
So here's my beef, and I talked to a lot of people on the internet, and they don't get why Apple and Google are against giving Epic Games a cheaper chunk of the money. And I get that. I understand that. And they're like, developers need money. And I get that. And I'm not disputing that whatsoever. But my issue here is twofold. One, what Apple and Google afford Epic Games is the distribution system, the payment system, the fraud system, the storefront, and they're like, they don't do anything for us. But they're hosting your shit. They are literally putting your stuff to
the platform for you to exist. Yeah.
I mean, it's Fortnite, so Fortnite is, you could say it's a different example because it's Fortnite and everybody and your mom knows what Fortnite is, but they're not doing it just for you. They're doing it for everybody. So they're charging you a fee for the service they offer. At the same time, this is Epic Games. This is the company that steals people dance moves and incorporates it into a game and doesn't pay them a damn cent.
Because you can't incorporate movement.
And they know this. And they know this. They're like, oh, you made this move? You invented this move? This is something that you can't with? Fuck you. We're taking it. And we're going to charge people to get it in their game.
I know. It's so brilliant because it's like, these guys are actual corporate scumbags. But as a person of man of business ethics, I had to applaud them. They are right. Morally, they're irreprehensible. But business ethics-wise, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
So I'm supposed to feel bad about you because
exactly
the stuff that you do. No, hell no. The stuff that you do is just as bad. Right now, I find it comical that I'm gonna bully Apple. You are. You owe what money?
Like the worst part about it is like the service fee for them is the same service fee that they provide on their Epic Game Store. So it's a bit of irony for games on their Epic Game Store. Could you imagine if a developer to game Epic Game Store and did what you did to them? How would you feel? Because technically speaking, that's viable.
Even going further, people are saying, "Oh, it's a monopoly. They can't do that." It's their fucking ecosystem. It's their devices. They made it. It belongs to them. They can do what they want.
Exactly. Like right here, there are tons of phone games that are on my Android phone that I can't get on Apple because I have an Apple device, and there's tons of games on the Apple device I can't get on my Android. So it's like, that's how it is. It's a market. You went to both markets and you try to F them over? Why? What was the point of it?
Because it's Epic Games and they think they are above everybody. And
thank you, Tim Sweeney.
Fortnite has gotten, and that's the ironic thing. This is Tim Sweeney saying that, we're not doing anything wrong. We're here to
exactly.
We're here to what's the word we're looking for? Not preach, but we're here for open competitors.
We're trying to even the landscape. That was the term to use. Right. Level the landscape. Yeah.
But okay, so we're trying to get lower pricing for developers, and again, that's cool. I get that. I'm not disputing that. But when you have a contract and you decided I'm going to go and undercut the contract that I have, and didn't think there were going to be any consequence for that, not a one.
The worst part is that Fortnite has been on the mobile market for at least roughly, I think, 6 months to a year already. So now is the time to say, throw the middle finger at them? I mean, what a heel turn.
So they
Right,
did
Carl? What a heel turn.
they did say in the beginning they tried to negotiate a different rate, and Apple was like, no, this is what we charge everybody. And there's the key word: this is what we charge everybody. Is Apple wrong for charging 30%? Maybe. Who knows? I'm not going to dispute that. I can't go into how much.
At the same time, it's like if you look, like this is my personal opinion. Fortnite has hit to the point that it's just mainstream success. We all know about it. Fortnite YouTubers, Ninja, LOL, P-Cakes. But it's like you've hit a maximum status of your game. You will always make bank. You're at a point where you're at a maximum fortitude in your economic market. You're not maturing. You haven't really kind of slowed down yet. You're at peak. Might as well spread the wealth. I mean, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. It is. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like I can't. There isn't like unless a controversy comes out that Fortnite murders happen or something stupid. You're gonna be fine. I can't see any situation where the percentage cut they're giving per sale is gonna hurt them compared to the fact that their game is on almost every platform known to man at this point. And before the Apple and Google drop, it's got to have a cost, right?
And there's
all those platforms.
Exactly, and that's the thing. This is, if anything, I would give Tim Sweeney this. He is one of the ultimate bullshitters out there. He's basically saying that he's doing this for the basic freedoms for everybody, but yet you can see all the crap he's doing right now on with the Epic Games and buying up exclusives for the Epic Games Store so they can't go to Steam. But yet you're complaining about this. You're literally doing the same thing.
You see the irony?
You're doing the same thing over here, but over here you're complaining about it because they were like, no, you're not doing this, Timmy. All right, so I was reading some of the documentation of the lawsuit, and God, there's a lot of crap in there. But they don't spell anything. And somebody made a point that I was saying earlier, and I'm looking at this. So they want to use Apple's and Google's infrastructure, but they don't want to pay for it. And this includes, but not limited to, this is what I was saying, credit card processing, including all the fraud, provisioning on the App Store, which is also a distribution system, reviewing the apps, the API development. He makes a valid point. It's like, you want to use their infrastructure, but not pay them for it. That's just like, hey, I'm going to take this car from the car dealership, and after we sign the contract, I'm going to renegotiate my payment. Instead of it being $12,000, how about we just make that car $6,000? You know what the car dealership?
You know what? Next fix my car. Here's a stick of gum. It's $500. Here's a stick of gum.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna either sue me, roll up to my house, and take my car, and I'm gonna be asked out.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. This is Epic Games putting on a massive PR stunt, hoping that by mobilizing these children, there's most people that are playing Fortnite are children. And I'm not saying all children, but most.
But mobilizing their fan base. Mobilizing their fan base.
Yeah. And that's not a good look. That's terrible. And the fact that you had this video ready to go tells you, A, you already had intent. You knew that if you pushed Apple was going to push back. If you pushed Android or Google, they were going to push back. And this is exactly what they did. I am not a fan of any of these companies. More so Epic Games and Apple. I might buy games at Epic Games Store, but I am not happy with the practice of Tim Sweeney. I have not been happy with his practice. I have not been happy with the crap he spews constantly contradicting himself. No.
You can always just join me. Just quit Epic and join Gabe Newell. Gabe Newell's been good to us.
I'm on that, but there are games on Epic Games Store that I can't get on Steam. So.
Oh yeah. You could just have some patience and wait. That's what I'm doing. It's gonna just wait. I can't give those people my money.
Hey, I can walk out.
But all seriousness, I'm
just
hugely disgusted by this.
Yeah, this is garbage. This is terrible.
Yeah,
and I don't understand how anybody is siding with Epic Games.
Because they mobilize their fan base. This cool thing is like, and most fan bases, if you get your permission, aren't really kind of aware of things. It is what it is. But it's like I find it hilarious that they got these fan base. I can't say kids because they're adults who play it too, who don't know crap.
Exactly.
You got them mobilized to fight your corporate war for you. That is the first time, man. Kids with guns. They'll take out longer. It won't be long. Memorize like skeletons.
Carl's just sitting there. Do you have anything to say to this, or you just no?
Oh no, I'm laughing all the way through this. Like, Apple's being an idiot, Google's being idiots, Epic Games constantly being idiots, fan bases constantly being idiots. Like there's no advantage right now to anything that has happened in this situation. It is not helping gamers one little bit.
No.
It's only about putting the profits back into Epic's pockets.
And yep.
And the fact that those profits are coming to the cost of Google and Apple, two of the biggest players in the game, and that's going to hurt their profits. They're fighting back, going, "You can't do this," and Epic is going, "Watch me, motherfuckers."
Yeah, at the end of the
You
day,
know, at the end of the day, it's all about money. It's all about the almighty dollar. It's about protecting your profits. It's got nothing to do with gamers. Gamers aren't winning in this one. Gamers
But here's
are the ultimate
my
losers
thing.
because they're the ones that are still paying for the dumb fucking things.
But here's my thing.
Jesus, it's like-
Here's my thing. When people say it's not about money, but as you said, it's all about the money.
It's all about the money.
Why you gotta
money?
Why you gotta be lying? Why are you always lying? Just be hey, we
we
want more money in our pocket, and you're stopping me from doing it. So we're gonna do this. At the end of the day,
exactly it.
At the end of the day, Epic Games, you decided to go around the system and charge people V-Bucks directly through your app by going around the app, the iOS and the Android stores, which you would have an agreement that you would go through. And you got caught, and they slapped your hand and said,
and we have said this since the beginning, since this whole Epic Game Launcher thing started, and they're buying up the exclusives and timed exclusives and all this other junk that they've had going on. It's a power play. Epic Games are trying to become the new Steam. They're trying to find ways to game the system, put more money in their pockets. And they're proving us right every single time they do something stupid.
Yep.
But then again, have a look, like how profitable is Fortnite on Android and iOS versus PC?
Very. I mean, everything is microtransactions. So unless they release the numbers, you're never gonna tell. But and that's the point. So here's the thing. Epic Games does set the price for V-Bucks on the window because there's nothing in place saying, hey, do XYZ. As we said before, when it comes to console versus PC and mobile devices, the PC is the Wild West. There is no almighty governing body. When it comes to the mobile devices and consoles, it's Microsoft, it's Sony, and Nintendo for consoles, and for mobile, it's Android and iOS, Apple and Google. That's it. They state the terms. They make the policies. They are the gatekeepers. That's it. You have to go through them.
I mean, the sad part is you also made your own storefront. Isn't that good? It feels like they're trying to just use the game's weight to just say, well, dropping their massive dong and just saying, well, this is us. You better take it or leave it. I'm like, we can't do that. That will kill us. We're in business. We're not gonna roll over for you. As people say, we can roll over nobody. Yeah, me calling on Judge.
We're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it from there, but it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with this. This is gonna get dragged out for a while.
And it's gonna be
Google or Apple is not gonna back down. They can keep this crap in litigation for years. They have the money. When you look at the money on Apple and Google and Epic Games, it's like, really? Two of the biggest tech giants in the world. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, next one. Let's go. We got next. Nobody talking. Oh no, that's you, baby. Capcom.
Oh no, it's not, I'm talking about no time. I thought you want to talk before I become critical of the one everyone's here.
This is topic 5. This is you.
This is me. All right, let me.
You're critical since when?
All right, I'm gonna be polite. Ono is no longer at Capcom. Oh boy, the joys. He's leaving the company after being there for 30 years. Cool. I guess. Well, proud of him. He's a nice guy. Everyone saw the convention, seen him. Every fighting game person knows has seen him before at a major before. He's very charismatic. We all like him. His biggest claim to fame, at least in the modern era for young people, is revitalizing Street Fighter, bringing Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 to the table. Well, Street Fighter 5 I'll talk about another different time. Street Fighter 4 was pretty okay. As a fighting game, though, it's not really special. It's just a bunch of mechanics that became perfected by other fighting games at the time. Focus attack is just charge up guard break. Focus dash cancel is just roaming cancel. EX attacks are already prevented from third strike, and a bunch of other mechanics and characters done. Street Fighter 4 is a very nice, complete game for what it is. Though towards the end of the game, people found a lot of bullshit things like Dudley is very strong. Yun got turned down. Was it you? Yun got turned down. Whatever. Blah blah. But it was a fun game for what it is, and helped bring Street Fighter to a mainstream appeal. Along came the end of Street Fighter 4 when majority of that team left to go elsewhere. The battle director of Street Fighter 4, Kurt, left and went to the good guys, SNK, and helped make King of Fighters 14, SNK Heroine, and Samurai Showdown. All those games I recommend people playing. They're pretty good, etc. So Ono is by himself, and what he hired was Shige, a young Japanese developer who's known for playing Guilty Gear and makes Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5, here we are now, is probably the widely most discarded unpopular Street Fighter game, at least in common history. Almost as bad as Cross Tekken in most unpopularity due to its game balance, horrible launch, lack of features, the game only being drove in to be played because for competitive reasons, you get money from it because of Capcom Pro Tour. And it's one of the worst things you could ever do in a game as a live service. Now, Ono took a lot of brunt attack of it and criticism on face of it, and I feel bad for him for that, and I understand what it was. It could have been issued by him by company mandate, or because he maybe thought it was a good idea. But Ono is like the Tim Schafer of fighting games. He has great ideas, but he can't do them himself. He needs a team behind him, because if he does it on his own, you get Street Fighter 5. And I'm glad he was in a fighting game space. I'm glad he was there. He was a nice guy. I will miss him, though he has hinted that he's been talking to Harada, and he'll go over Tekken and make some games for them.
Dear God, no. We don't.
You don't want him to make. You want Ono Tekken 8.
We don't need a Harada Ono team up. We don't need it.
Don't ask me for shit.
We don't need it.
Oh, I'm waiting for that. But all seriousness, he's still. I mean, he's leaving Capcom. He hasn't left yet. He's still there. He's still got to finish his daily stuff and get over with. But thank you, Ono, for creating Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5 is a cluster F, but whatever. And I respect you as a human being for trying. But it's a Capcom curse, because as every Capcom fan knows, every time a Capcom game is made, majority of that team usually leaves, or in some capacity. So it's like the people like why every Street Fighter game is relatively different. Street Fighter 2 for Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 and 5 is probably very few times have a consistent team head, but it's just Ono. So
I still feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for him because he stuck it out. I mean, he's had a lot of blunders, and he's had a lot of successes at the same time. It's just 30 years, man. Like, holy crap, that's like unheard of for him to somebody be there for that long.
Exactly, yeah, because people leave. If Fude left, I forgot the guy. Platinum Games, man, he left. Hideyama, you probably correct me. He left. A lot of people left. Clover Studios is gone. The original Devil May Cry teams just leaves. So it's like, I don't know. And I think it's because Capcom still uses that old school culture of bring in team makes game good, maybe next time. And that's what happened. That's what happened to the Dead Rising series. Like after Dead Rising 2, Blue Castle just did a bunch of weird things that took away the game for being the game. So I don't know.
But he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, but he's been there for the longest, so I give him that much respect.
Yeah,
thanks for being there. Right?
Yeah, so yeah, it's end of era. I mean, a lot of the old guard from Capcom is now gone. I have no idea where he's going.
A lot of the old guard from a lot of companies are gone.
Yeah. I don't need him going to Tech. I don't need him going to Tekken World. I would like from.
He's been. Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Like I would even say go SNK. Go SNK. That actually might be nice.
If he goes to SNK, I wonder if his director friend will be happy about that.
Go retire. Sit down, pet your little blanket doll. Just relax. 30 years. You've earned some rest.
I guess that means with him gone, we definitely won't have any. And not that it was ever going to happen. We're never going to get a Darkstalkers again. Rest in peace. Never happening.
Yeah,
probably not. No.
That's the GG. Press F in chat.
Everybody's like Darkstalkers.
But we will get Street Fighter 6 Season Pass 1, 2, 3.
Season Pass,
and
yeah,
5.
we'll get that.
Well, that was the big rumor that 6 is in development, and because of Ono, it went sideways, and that was what finally got him canned.
I think the rumor that got him canned, at least I heard that one. Another thing that got him canned was overall the somewhat financial and critical failure of 5. Like, remember, Ono was around for two back-to-back failures, so 3 technically. Marvel Infinite, X Tekken, and Street Fighter 5, and 3 for 3, you're out. But I think that all those failures were not particularly his fault, because I could see the corporate mandate happening. He just had to swallow and do it. That's what I kind of believe some aspects. But the being the face of it sucks. But I do disagree about a lot of his game balance design when he talks about it when he's at New York Comic Con. And I understand where he's coming from, but that's a whole different thing. But again, 30 years at the company. That's pretty hard to do at Capcom.
And
so
we're never going to get our Tekken X Street Fighter game.
Probably not. No, probably not.
We were never going to get that anyway.
Grateful for that.
I wanted that game to come out so hard, though. I wanted that game to be a thing. I really did. Sorry, no, you're done, buddy. Well, unless you got a mystery 5th or 6th topic, we are done for this, folks.
I'm good.
You guys want to play?
Yeah.
You guys want to play?
Unless you want to talk about how fun Fall Guys is.
I want to play some games.
Yeah, Carl wants to play some games.
I'm done talking video games. I want to play some video games.
Oh! Speaking of video games, so they no, I was gonna tell you they finally came out with the actual listing for the Arcade 1-Up X-Men vs Street Fighter cabinet, and it's $100.
Finally,
and it's $100 cheaper than it was supposed to be at Walmart. So I went and got
good.
It doesn't come out until October, but
did you get me one too?
If you live near me, I will buy you one. I literally would. How the hell am I going to send it to you?
Freight? Ship it over? Stick it in the post? I don't freaking know.
You know how much that would be? That'd be ridiculous. You got to leave Australia.
Oh, yeah, okay. What? So I can come to your virus-laden, no job having friggin'.
I didn't say here.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple years ago,
going to downgrade.
Before Trump, I would have said, "Hey, come over here." But yeah, no. We've got Trump. We've got idiots going outside, not wearing masks and gathering in mask things and parties.
We got all that over
like,
here.
Come on, people.
Well, at least your government wouldn't send people to jail for it. That's the one thing I can respect. You regardless how insane that is.
No. Since Stage 4 restrictions have come into effect in my state of Victoria, it is a $200 on-the-spot fine, increasing every time you are caught without the mask, leading anywhere up to 20 grand, and imprisonment.
Wow, that is that's hardcore. Someone's gonna follow the rules.
It didn't stop an entire suburb known as Oakley having about 250 odd people gathering for an outdoor produce market yesterday.
What the shit? That's not good.
That sounds like the right. As harsh as that is.
Our version of Trump is just known as Scott Morrison. So,
hey, but at least you guys got I guess you have an unemployment thing, right? Because our government pretty much said
we are. Yeah, well, we're lucky enough that we have a social welfare system,
safety net. Yeah.
Safety net, whatever you want to call it. That thank God that it exists, because I'm currently getting it. And at the moment, it's pretty good because it actually doubled for 6 months due to the COVID thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had one, and then the idiots couldn't come up with a
continuation.
Compromise.
They did it. Yeah.
So they were like,
ours is actually continuing until December, but as of September, the bonus, which was $550 a fortnight, actually drops down to $250.
But you're still getting it. That's the thing. You're still getting it.
Yeah, well, that's it. Until I get a job.
And I hate talking about politics. I hate talking about politics, but this is something that's important for this country.
Oh yeah,
unemployment is sky high.
I'll say this, and this is from somebody who's living in, like I just said, I'm living in a state inside of the country of Australia that is currently on stage 4 lockdown. This basically means that we are not allowed out for anything except for going and buying food, and even then, it's one person per household, And since my fiance is the one who drives, she's the one who goes out for the food. I can go out for up to half an hour of exercise a day, which is basically walking around about 3 or 4 blocks here.
Fuck, I'd be screwed because
Like
I go for two 3-mile
otherwise, I have to stay at home. When I go out, I am required by law to wear a mask at all times.
Oh, lost Matt.
And Matt disappeared.
Government guy.
You know, and to give you an idea, like just before this pandemic hit, I actually lost my job. So I'm lucky that we have a social welfare system here that actually supports its citizens when they're unemployed. And I was lucky enough that they put through this double up bonus thing because it's actually allowed me to stay on top of my bills, put food in the fridge, and even afford to actually upgrade and fix some items in my house. You know, but otherwise, I'm sitting here
down his
every
back.
day,
I hate
bored out of my brains, trying
Yeah.
to find stuff to do. This is why I have bought so many Switch games lately, because one, retail therapy is all I've got, and two, anything that involves getting me to do something that distracts from the humdrum and nothingness that is our world right now is absolutely brilliant. And I will say this. I'll say this to both of you guys because I know how much you guys absolutely quote unquote love your jobs. You know, otherwise hate with the passion of 1,000 burning suns. I would rather be in your position, at least having a job to whittle away the hours of a day, than what I'm doing right now. That is the reality of my situation. And I tell you what, if I wasn't a gamer, I would be so bored out of my brains right now.
Damn. Yeah, man,
Like,
that sounds a little more depressing.
That is the reality of my country right now.
Yeah, that sounds a little more depressing than my plan. I was talking to Invisible Man to make my boss stop talking about bad ideas. I was going to invent an Invisible Man, but that sounds good enough. That's depressing. I can't see that.
Yeah, at least I can say that we don't have the cases you guys do. Like,
yeah.
at the moment, we're getting anywhere between 250 to around about 350 new cases a day. Okay, and that
triple digits.
And that has put my state into the stage 4 lockdown. You guys get that probably per minute, from what I've seen.
Yeah, because we have people in this country that don't listen. I don't want to wear a mask. You don't need to tell me wear a mask.
We have the exact same people. We have the exact same type of people, and they are quoting the stupidest shit on the planet. The amount of times I've heard so many people going, "You are disrespecting me. You are infringing on the Human Rights Act, otherwise known as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is nothing more than a declaration. It is not a legally binding document, people." And they're trying to treat that as law. It ain't. But yeah, that's sorry to sort of bring the downer at the end of the podcast, but that is the reality of my situation. That is why I'm playing World of Warcraft right now, because it is escapism.
Yep.
Because at least with World of Warcraft, if there is a big viral infection in the game, at least you know it's going to be patched out in a couple of months.
But everybody said we're living in a simulation. So why hasn't this ship been patched yet? What's going on?
No, I'm still waiting for the graphics. See, this is the thing. I had to buy microtransaction accessories to get the graphical upgrades that I was promised. Okay, but look, at the end of the day, thank God for gaming. But I will sort of end on a good note. This is semi-good note. As much as we have ragged on Epic Games, one thing that they have done quite well is putting out a bunch of free games during this time frame.
Are you going to say?
Oh yeah.
Which game?
Remnant from the Ashes is now free till August 21st on the Epic Games Store. People, if you haven't played it,
so turned
get
out
it
now.
and play it.
So turned out.
It's a good game. It's actually good.
I'm a pimp.
No,
a
I
hoe.
think I'm the pimp here. I've been telling you fuckers to
Yeah,
play.
you're
Play
the
this
pimp.
game.
You-
It's great.
Yeah, and like the only complaint is the bosses just have cheap programming codes. That's it. Everything else is solid. The enemies, everything's fine. It's like
Yep.
curb stomp, poison,
And
curb
and
stomp,
the
summon
expansion
boss.
comes out.
Why?
An expansion comes out this week, so look forward to that.
Yeah. So
We should probably
to go-
stream ourselves and put it up there first. Should probably do that.
we
Give
should.
it the old one
We
too.
probably should.
Yeah.
But yeah, take advantage of getting that free game while you can. I believe, and once again during this month of August, Fall Guys is free on the PS Plus. If you've got PS Plus or whatever, go get it.
Yep.
Get it now. Play it. Play it on console. Don't play it on PC. Play it on console.
Don't play it at all. Wait, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
Keith, don't you have like 45 games for you to do? Go.
I do. I freaking do.
Do you have Battletoads?
I do.
Man, I'll do Battletoads for you. I love Battletoads. Love me some Battletoads.
Or as you called it in Discord this morning, Battle Roads.
Battle Roads.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, I had to fix that. Don't worry. I got a little bit of bubbly. It's not a way to wake up in the morning. Don't worry, guys. You can check that.
Yeah. People don't go doing like Matt and wake up and drink. 'Cause that's bad for your health.
Allegedly. God, you can't prove it.
You should be. There's been research. There's science.
Oh,
God
now
damn
we
it.
can believe in science.
I heard
Yeah.
drinking kills brain
Oh,
cells.
here we go.
This country, there's science.
But look, no matter what you do out there, you know, as my fiance's brother put it, pick your vice and live by it. If it kills you in the end, so be it. At least
That's
you're gonna
a
die.
way to look. That's a way to look at it. I could respect that.
No. But what everybody should be doing is coming back here each and every week to listen to us ramble on about life, politics, and video games right here on the Spectator Mode Podcast.
We
which can also
promise
be
to
found
have
at other
less
locations.
politics. Politics.
We will eventually have less politics, probably when we have something else to talk about when there isn't nothing but politics and video games on. But if you want to have a good listen to something else, go over to the Outerhaven.net and have a listen to the 450 Wrestling Podcast featuring Matt, myself, and Josh, where we were just shooting the shit about professional wrestling for about an hour and 10 minutes this
There
week.
you go.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
it
structure,
was a good episode.
no structure, no format, no script. We threw it all out the window because, hey, fuck it, it's the shoot.
Yeah, it's a shoot. Yeah.
I thought you'd like just saying, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it live." I thought that was your.
No, that's what we do here. This is here every week. Is fuck it, we're gonna do it live.
I thought it was there too.
Yeah,
My
we're doing it
bad.
live. Doing it live. Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, this is also the greatest night in the history of our sport.
Wow.
So yeah, so where else can people find the absolutely great and brilliant Spectator Mode Podcast, Keith?
Well, you can find it on Buzzsprout. We moved our podcast there, so no longer Audible. Also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and there's a couple other places. But just search for Spectator Mode.
Coming soon to Epic Game Store.
Oh God,
Coming soon to big games.
they gotta pay us first. But yeah, if you just Google Spectator Mode Podcast, you will find us. We have the orange and black and white logo, not the copycat. Damn copycats.
Oh boy, we got put like the Outerhaven official. That's crazy. There's other Spectator.
We gotta get the lawyers out there. Someone called Chris Parks.
I mean, when you search us, we show up, but you know, when you search, eventually you'll find them. They're at the bottom, but you'll find them. It's interesting.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah.
But yeah,
Other than that, enjoy your video games. Have fun during the week, and as usual, come back and listen to us again next week. Thank you very much for everybody who has come and supported us. Make sure you know if you're having a watch on Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're seeing this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and hit notifications and send us a like and everything else. If you've seen us on other platforms, make sure you put us as a recommended or a like or whatever else it does to help those little analytics out there help us grow and become bigger and better, because without the fan base, we will be talking to the three of us, and that's boring as batshit.
without you, there is
Corporate.
no us.
There's
And also, I will, like I said, I will be streaming some Mortal Shell this August 17th and August 18th. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the game. I know there'll be a bazillion people out there playing the game as well, but you know what? That's my kind of shit. I don't care if one person comes past and watch. Those are the kind of games I will sit there and talk to you for hours about. So,
Yep,
stop
and you
by.
might even get another chance of Matt and myself playing some Fall Guys maybe later on during the week or something.
Fall Guys.
Probably
Yeah.
with Will, or hopefully with Keith, who will get it on his PS4 and he will join us. No, he doesn't want to. Fine.
Keith is trying. But yeah,
With that said and done, bye.
He out of
see
here.
you guys.
Night, people.
Thank you.